Epiphanes, 1968. Epiphanes is really 4 films they put together in one film. They were originally part of an experimental opera where the films were separated by live sung operatic performances. The order was film, short opera, film, short opera, film, short opera, and film. The work was world premiere at the Yale School of Drama. The way Paul Demeray and I developed the film, Paul, as I said, did the music, we first found the source material for each film. The first film was a book of bestiary published in the 16th century. It was the second most popular book after the Bible in its day. That film's working title was Bestiary. The second film was a book of dance notations. Dance notations published in the 19th century for ballet. Each figure or image in the film represents a particular movement or step in the dance. The body is a vertical line, head on the top, legs, feet, hands all there. Dance notation before film and video was the only way a dance could be recorded and passed on. This working title was Dance. The third film was called War, and it was originally from a book of microphotography published in the 1920s. But the photos in the book reminded me of war, so I added art from various artists on war and the ravages of war. The fourth and last film was based on a book of stage machinery published in the 18th century. We selected the source material for the 4 films, and then Paul wrote the music, and I animated to the music and using the source book for the art. And the only guidelines that we had were not be narrative. I used a lot of multiple exposure. The record was 37 passes. The same piece of film was exposed 37 times. The war film I shot under camera without planning as I listened to the music. The other 3 films were carefully planned out. When the opera was staged by a director from New York, he combined the live action and animation very well, too well in the last film. He had in the center of the stage, a huge white rectangle on which the film was projected. So the opera started with actors walking around the stage, and the scene was a cocktail party, except for the white rectangle. And when the audience was seated, all the actors turned to the screen and froze, looked at, lights went down, and the film came on. Bestiary. After the film, the lights came up and the people all sang the first opera. The lyrics were chemical formulas. It went on this way until the machinery film. The machinery film was originally meant to be projected on scrims, transparent screens that you can see through, and also will reflect an image, stacked one behind the other in depth so that each image would be 3D and illuminated in the darkness. It was not staged that way. It was shown on the block, but the actors on the stage were replaced during the screening of the film by 2 female and 1 male dancer who were wearing skin-tight nude leotards, and during the screening of the film, they writhed and grappled in various erotic threesomes just below the screen. The screen was raised up several feet. Actually, not too many people saw the film. They were all craning to see what was going on. And this is one thing filmmakers have to deal with. External events around their work, especially by New York directors. Epiphanes had one chance to be seen on film, as a film on network television, but they didn't want to pay, and I wanted a small token payment, so I said no. But all the rest of the films shown in that program went on to become famous.